Right then, boys and girls, settle down and pay attention. Cameron, take your finger out of your nose. You're not eating now. The subject of today's lesson, boys and girls, is the human digestive system. We all have one, of course, but some of us have it under rather more control than others. It's basically very simple. It's a coiled pipe set vertically, except when one is lying down, of course. At the top of the coil is the entry point, into which is shovelled the food. This is called, in scientific nomenclature, the gob. From this, the coil runs down to the exit point, technically known as the bottom. Yes, Millie Brain, I know there are other names for this organ, but we do not wish to hear them, thank you. To continue, from the gob at the top, the food falls rapidly down the throat and the gut to the stomach, where it immediately comes under attack from two forces, acid spray and bacteria. Yes, girls, your stomachs are full of these little beasts. Just remember that the next time you are feeling beautiful. But try to keep the acid off your tongues. Now, the effect of acid and bacteria is to break down the food so that the nutritious elements are absorbed through the stomach wall into the bloodstream, which passes them throughout the body. Unfortunately, it also absorbs some less nutritious elements such as alcohol, which passes straight to the brain before moving on to the liver, destroying both of these in the process. Now, the remains of what was food has to be separated into two directions. The solids go one way and the liquids go the other way, and on through the kidneys into the bladder. The process of separating the liquids is referred to in all the scientific literature as taking the piss. The remaining gooey sorts of solids now pass through the intestines. In this section, the pipe is coiled up very tightly so that a length of about 30 foot will fit into your torso. That is about 1.5 times the length of a cricket pitch. No, Clegg, it would not be a good idea to pull it all out and see if it is really that long, though in your case we could possibly make an exception. By the end of that long coil, the gooey remains fall into the bowel and are officially designated as poo. It is very important, boys and girls, that you pay close attention to the next and final stage of this process. You will remember that the contents of the stomach and the intestines are sprayed with acids. That is mainly hydrochloric acid, and as food is mainly carbon-based, the main byproducts are hydrocarbon gases. Now, these are explosive. These are the same chemicals which are sprayed into the chambers of a diesel engine and then compressed by the pistons to make an explosion. It is a succession of these compressions which drive the car forward. Similarly, in the bowel we have a compression process. As more and more poo falls into the bowel, producing more and more gas, the pressure gets greater and greater until explosion, which forces the poo out of the bottom and preferably into a toilet pan and releases excess gases into the atmosphere. That ends our lesson for today, boys and girls. As usual, you can now go and practice what you have learned. But for something far more wholesome, I want you to go to www.theanimatedalphabet.com and acquire a brilliant and funny app for your younger brothers and sisters. Just click and toddle off there.